them. Kichwanung Dunji, Anishinaabemowin and Dao. Meo, Ma, Utenangi Pishuguzian. Show singing a much. Mamanika and Kinon on 8 years, Gitamat, and Pchiguji, Kishaganashima. Ed, Dashan Diguginish, Gishaganashima. My name is Edward Addities. I'm from Lacroix. I've lived here in Fort Francis for 8 years now, and today I want to talk about the names of trees because when I was at home for ceremony a couple weeks ago, I noticed that there was people that are a little older than me that didn't know how to identify certain trees when they were named in the native language. And we even explained to them what they were referred to as in English, and yet they didn't know what it looked like if it was in the bush. And that kind of raised something within myself because it's important to know those plants. It's important to learn the names of those plants and trees and all other plants that grow on Mother Earth. Because good thing Gisha and good Kunduga Gwete and Anan the Ugawing, you get the Bachimataxi, Gishaganashi, Monkey, Wejnikatig, which would go and sit them. And the reason why it's important to try and learn those things are some places you go to seek guidance through a ceremony, and then they'll explain things to you in the language, and some of them won't even explain it in English because they can barely speak English. So it's important to learn the terms of plants and trees in our own language. And then Gishiwinda Magu is even Gegu. Pakan is Initagut Shagana Shimwin. Like you can say something in our language, it'll mean this, but then if you translate it to English, it means totally different. So there's certain things that you can't really translate because the meaning is different when it's not in our language. Mima Donjiketat Bemadizim Gatkin and Eagain. That's where that term comes from, where our language is a living language because of the connections we have. Takiminani Magia, Gno, Kitagosing, Michugema, Eshitagosetke, Magamani Tuminan. All that is connected, like with our earth, the language, and then the Mother Earth, and the spirit, God. Just kidding. Okay, but need to say Mitigoog. Bichina going the Bamakwi, men no peming, away, Niwita Nuki Magan, Shannon. Yesterday, her and I went in the bush and wandered around. Kanob Megegi, Gipangishinan, Gipkitation. She even watched me trip over a stick, and all she did was laugh at me. I could have got hurt. No. But first off, away. Away. Bisan the Gushigok, Nindinanan away. Itigojian. Bisan the Gushigok. Bisan the Gushigok. White pine. Aya, nukia ono noen, nukia nyanwin oe, kaya to noen. Ta atasha, shingwa kams kokusit, nochki noen, en yanmin no, zungia yaon. Mitasha oe, win Ezhinikaazowaad oe, bisande gushigok. This white pine, the needles that it has is what I said that they're a bit softer, eh, than than your regular red pine. The red pine needles are longer, and excuse me, and they're not as soft. They're really thick and they're stronger. This is the bark. You could tell a difference in the bark after I'll show you. I'll show you the red pine here in a bit. But there's medicinal purposes for this too, and I can't really go into full detail about what we use it for. But I'll just mention that you could use this as kiki young oe doing that was on oen tools on nibi e dash kitabo chitun ki a gig cut away a gig magi ko kaki gani. What white pine can be used for is when you have like a chest cold and you have like phlegm, that helps when you boil these needles and a little bit of the bark. But you want it from a young white pine. Anybody have any questions yet? Gawin? Vitasha away guac. Kamandanan? Notchkinoan anoen. The needles are longer on a red pine and they're stiffer. They don't bend. Away this. This away. See how they bend so easily? Kawin niya je sinon away chingwak kain nangitkinay. The red pine, the needles are a lot longer and they're really stiff and they can break. Um, and their bark is really different. And then the sunlight, they will give it looks red in the sunlight. Mitash away shingwak. Ni giobandan anan bisan de gushigwak. Min Anishinaabemowin shingwak no. Ezhinikaazowaad Mitigoog what we're taught back home. Like LaCroix's always had language and very strong and rich with when it comes to culture and language. So that's what we were taught growing up. And my great grandmother, she just passed away around 2009, 2008. She was born in the 1800s, never spoke a word of English. She never went to a day of school. Opportunity came down away. Anishinaabemowin. Get Anishinaabemowin get kaya makakite gon da kaizi. Where I'm from, they still speak that old language. And Ninasutta tagusi na nig uma ni bioga bigi get Anishinaabemowin. A lot of people don't understand a lot of words we tend to use back home because that old language doesn't exist anymore out here. Apache and Gichina and them. I'm so proud to be from there because of how I guess they kind of chopped the trees around us and ended up finding this tribe of Indians in the middle of the bush. That's what it seems like for us. Yeah, it's kind of like I laugh when I think about that. Kikakene maawin we guasa. Oh, we guas. Bep kan is ook geen gig. We guas. Yeah, we got wap is it? We guas. That's a regular white birch. Regular white birch, and there are other species of birch, and all that. Skiki young kina engage with the gang skiki kina kesa awe win sick guy nangit. Miga awe skiki it. Kain gim kosi on bichina gogi bang. There's different species of birch. Like that one was the white birch, and the one win sick is the yellow birch, and then that has healing properties. Like every tree has healing properties, I guess. Win sick is a good medicine for many things, like for women when their cycle isn't regular, like you can give them that, and you would take 8 chunks of from the east side of the tree, and then you would boil that, and also you can use that as a subcasiapinet. Oh yeah, subcasiapinet is the spider disease, which they refer to cancer as in our language. But kind of particularly getting that the synthesis that in the end, ma mean thing, I can't really go into full detail about stuff like that because we gotta be respectful for the spiritual content of that, I guess. Like where you can only go as far where before you need to give tobacco and like cloth or whatever. But Machina gogi kupiang migo kaichigan koe gigagizo magig Mitigoog. Ja kainel na sha otapena selgo on the sha de pokwega o selgo gigagizo magigi we abachang to o jikna maging Ezhinikaazowaad set away mitig Ezhinikaazowaad Jobatang to nge gan doenda mo Ezhinikaazowaad nge Mitigoog. We followed proper protocol yesterday. We went out before I started to take the branches and taking the bark and stuff from the trees. I offered my tobacco and stuff, and I explained why we're taking these. That I wasn't just taking them for the sake of taking it, and I thanked that tree for giving up its life, basically for us to share here, and so I can actually physically show all of you what that tree looks like. And I spoke about why it's important to show not just necessarily young people. There's elderly that don't even know what certain trees look like. I found like a couple of weeks ago. It's just kind of shocking. I'll start opening. But mina Ezhinikaazowaad. white spruce mina ig. Tkoan on en. Cheapo out and go get it. The needles on it are pretty brittle, I said, like they're really strong. I mean, they're really strong. And it has a really beautiful scent. I wish you guys could smell it. Shannon actually fell in love with the smell of this tree yesterday. That and the white pine. I give me opportunity no manzi, okay? That's away. That one was the white spruce. That's away. Ze segandak. Ze segandak. Black spruce. Shiki, gig. They make good medicine. They make good tea. These spruce trees. Apache nembe mit takogin on the end. These are the pines that have the shortest needles on them. If you can see, they're really short. These little buds. Come on, Gibasa nange ine and no crazy gunshimali tunge. You could use them in your smudge. You go again. Itash Does anybody have any questions?
Can you show the two spruce barks next to each other?
I was actually gonna make this in down on him out of Chibik. Oh yeah. Me yeah. Was a second duck? Minna egg. Say second duck. Minna egg. There's one that's a little darker, not so much is in the guya but then. Oh, this wapshkiz. They're very similar, but one is a little bit lighter than the other one if you look at it. Can you see it? Mitashinen Chibik Nanga Yagim Tigun. Abatatunge, yeah, in Wigwaski, Gyushituin, and we go say, no Nagane son. We go so Chiban. Mige Mawin set away Bigil Gaujind. From those spruce trees, you can use the root. You get the thin roots and you use them as ties for your birch bark baskets. Use them as ties for your birch bark canoes. They're the round ones. The ones that are gonna bug again, we gub away. The ones that are flat and use it as ties, that's we gub. And basswood tree, that one. Gawin gi makosyonan away. We gub pichinago. Git that you say when you go by me not. We didn't have time to find a basswood tree, and I wanted to find more trees, but git that you say is like we ran out of time because Shannon had to be back for 1 o'clock, so. But yeah, git that you say me not pitch. But be away get beige got but you go bunch of shimag away we go. Mangia ya only and be shan away we go. the leaves on that weegub is are really big and like they're kind of rounded. I said, case you on it. Away go games kiki we get away weegub. Ing dash ki don dina jig ing mushkig kaja batakisut. You would find one that grows near a swamp if you want to use it for medicine. Ing away jabat is kisa giginak Chicago in gegu. Like when something makes you itch, like poison ivy, for instance. Kitundachos on you'd boil that. You'd get sticks, like probably an inch. Go guys, like kog in it. This get kogo bun in the one. Nijos, kita gehun dachos man. You'd boil like 8 little sticks that are roughly 6 inches long, probably 1.5 inch in diameter. Mitashio shuvigi when you'd have like a bath kind of like if you cut poison ivy or poison oak, but you'd make it warm. You'd make it warm when you wash with it. After you're done with it, you go dump it outside, and you'd make a batch enough where you could use just a little bit to eat out of your pot. Mitashkia owe no shingo beans. You can him out in shingo beans. Owe no go can him on shingo beans. Shingo beans. That's your balsam. Evergreen, whatever you want to call it. And it's evergreen. Just kidding. Nabagya unge niyan. Owe nabagya niyan and like his needles are flat. They're flat. You go get away, mshkiki, we get away. Think you could use that for medicine too, for a lot of things. When a woman is carrying a baby, me away again was a month now. On jizungi sit imag away a benuchi. You would boil this. However big you think your baby is inside, that's how big you would make that branch, and you'd boil that and you'd drink that. And that's to give your baby strength, to protect your little baby that's inside you, inside a woman. Kitchke away, dig, gakus it, away. Otemshki get away, gan apchoik kendas you get away. That's heart medicine too, that one. You get Gijor kot egg minuts get them in that. Keep back them what the end cockotums. Echoes it away. You get one about the size of a hockey puck, like the same diameter as a hockey puck, and you would actually make it about the size of a hockey puck. Then that's what you would boil in a small pot. Jam for your heart. No way, a guy go game any kasi. You have to go. The hit the Hindange name Bangi Gak Kendaman. I mean, in no means am I trying to portray myself as a medicine man or a healer. I'm just trying to share what little knowledge I know, is what I just said. Apiche, Chapi Tenda, go get the edge, Chitibachin Damoat, we're going to now Beme to when Kaki Kendamoat, Kagi, Shushkanama and Dogi, we know. Dining the Nendasi, Ganing the Bendazine. The knowledge that I have, I held on to that for many years, and then I felt like it wasn't right to share. But my father came to me in a dream and told me it was okay for me to share, that it wasn't mine to own. That's what I just said. And then he stressed that it was important to share what little knowledge I have. and Vegas, which it got away, I get there, Jones, and the Minijang, and Matisuin, in the Gaku Minijaman gain away, Kenishnabe Chigean, when do Gimin, no Jimmy no say, ma, cock say, the Matisuin gaining. You know, it's important to me that I share this because what culture and ceremonies done for me was walking namun ga man. The road I followed for many years was really windy like that. You know, but ever since I turned my life over to culture and ceremony, it kind of put me on a straight path. Opportunism bemadiziwen, zagtun bemadiziwen, ngachine dan Anishinaabemowin, gaing giget. Game Tuji, Gishagana, Shimon, Kazo, and get up a chair. Ningy on the pretenders in a Ganin away the Yaisi. I really don't acknowledge my English name because that's not who I am. That's just a name so the government can know who I am, including the number I have on my card, I guess. But Anishinaabemowin, Wejepibines name, meaning away get a that spirit name that people call it has so much meaning to a lot of things, and meaning getting and that's what I value. That's who I am. Away opposites and away mitig. Mushkigo tig. Mushkigo tig. Balsam or tamarack, you want to call it. Ezhinikaazowaad away mitig.
Dad, can I smell it?
And smell it.
It smells good. And it tickles me too.
Yeah, you can look good.
It feels.
These are really soft, huh?
Yeah, we picked them up, right?
Yeah, okay, good.
And it tickles me.
Okay. This is Wejepibines, everyone. And goes this. Wejepibines, they go. Throwing gang signs up that guy. But yeah, apache, Zanagi away. I think this is a really strong medicine, this one. Anishinaabemowin, Hogi now, yeah, no kumis, mina oe, Gagi Nusian, Gagi Usian, and Mishumis. Anishinaabemowin, Gani Bayot. We kage go Zegi Zimi, and not by yours, and you go. Apaches and Nuggies at one particular. My grandmother and my grandfather, my dad, they always told us like to respect all trees and all animals and plants, whatever. But for the trees, if I ever was afraid of anything, this is the tree that my grandmother would tell us to run to and offer our tobacco. Said that this tree was very special. Anishinaabemowin, what she would say, like that. They're like us, Anishinaabemowin. And there's a really nice story that goes with balsam or a tamarack rather. Away, ik senag gibi boon kshenoten. Away, bineshi gikache ha. Why is it? Was it? Was it?
We were talking to this guy.
Dad's busy right now, my boy. Dad's busy. Okay. Go see mom real quick.
Dad,
Go see mom quick. Yeah, Mom go with him. With Gisha ima Mitigoog Bineshi Gajibuni ma Gikache. We Kiju ze we awanzo Zam Newton Gikache we Bineshi. Mitasha Mitigai not. Harinesh Chigavin. Oh, Ngi Kach. Dana we Kijus. Ngi Kach Shagain in Asia got in Mitigoog. Ngochi tip Kanani Jan. Ngi Kach Shagain in, we not the Gwaden away. However, Shigo taking ambination. What that story is behind that tree. I know it's the wrong time to tell stories. I normally tell stories like that in the winter, but I just wanted to share that little story with you. A bird, it was in the winter, a bird landed on that tree and tried to seek shelter from the cold winter and wind and whatnot, right? Blowing snow. So he landed on that tamarack tree. And then that tamarack tree turns to that bird and asks him, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the bird goes, "Oh, I'm seeking shelter. I need to warm up. I'm cold. I'm freezing." Excuse me. And then the tree goes, "I'm cold too. What makes you think I'm not cold? You know what? Why don't you go over there? Go find shelter somewhere else." Maybe that's what he said, right? Mita shima manitugi mat niangia konjot beneshi. Kaim sich kende sie oemtig epiten enenda gukeget kigi kachetoya. Mitashi ojik kendag. Nicht kenamo kegete enenda gukeget kikachetoya. The Great Spirit saw that tree chase that bird away. And the Great Spirit said, you know, that tree does not know how it feels to be cold, really. So I'm going to teach him a lesson. Ich kinamo. It's going to know how it feels to be cold now. That tamarack tree is the only one that loses its needles. So, but that's the story behind that. Because he chased that little bird away that was trying to seek shelter. I just thought I'd share that. Then everybody knows that guy. Kinawe Kenny man in there, man. Ezhinikaazowaad. Oh, yeah. Me, you want to get your gig. Now, where in India, there's two different kinds of cedars that you can find here in this area. This is the male one. This is the female one. It has those little it has those little brown things that hang there. They look like little buttercup flowers, but they're like wood. And I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they refer to them as. Cedar oil gig. No, Cedar. Anybody have any questions yet? David?
What's the difference between the male and the female version of the cedar? Is it just
the one has that little brown cup looking thing that I was just showing you. Like if you look closely at that screen, I'll show it again.
Are they both flat needles?
Yeah, they're both flat needles. Like if you look at the female one, the needles are shorter and they're smaller too. And this is the female one here. See how those little needles are shorter and they're smaller and thinner?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show you the male one. The male one is longer and thicker, but they're flat. But how you can tell even more so that it's a female is it's got these little flower thingies like there. Female. That's the female one.
Anyways.
It is to them?
Yeah.
Oh. Makes good tea, that stuff.
You always make it so
I make it really dark. And the Chinese don't even know about that secret medicine we got there with the cedar. Huh? We are now going mano no en. When we not you know. Manazate. Poplar. That's when it looks green when it's young and it starts turning white. And it has a certain smell to it. Then in the spring, it also grows buds on it. Give me a second, I'm gonna grab those buds. I have buds in my little thing here, my little bin. So I'll show you what they look like.
Wow.
You like my squeaky Halloween door? No.
Is that the black poplar or the white, Big?
That's the white poplar. And it grows them in the spring. They eventually turn to leaves. You can use them as smudge. You dry them out and use them as smudge.
Whoa.
Anishinaabemowin kwezigan kugita now. Yeah.
Dad,
Are you son?
Dad, can you put this here properly?
You know what? I'll make your transformer into a truck after I'm done. I'll be done in a few minutes, okay?
Not like that. Into robot.
Yeah, I'll make it into a robot after. Okay? Okay. Go see mom. No, Dad's busy. Dad's busy right now.
Put his head down.
I'll do it when I get out there. Give me 10 minutes.
Dad.
Okay?
Yeah. What's number's gone?
So that's that poplar, and you could use that as for a lot of things. Get away that away big.
There's just
Opportunity bro, but this is. Which is now think away ni bishan.
Oh.
Michke you don't go shit away. When somebody wants to go fasting, yeah, we go now mat mitig. Yeah, we get now mat away mitig. You watch the size of the leaves. Ani bishan ga konig. Amik me not ga konig otogan. Me ma be gamma chat. Me piga kupita Anishinaabemowin. Once the Grayson, please stop. But the mapiga kupita Anishinaabemowin. That's when they would go out once the leaves on the poplar tree were the size of a beaver's ear, and they sat right here. No. But yeah, But once they were the size of a beaver's ear, that's what determined when they're ready for a fast. And that kind of determines if there was bugs or not, I guess, because if you go at that time, then you don't really have a problem with mosquitoes. Midas gaya kay guwang ni named Manazate. The medicine man that did the ceremony in my community for that coronavirus told us it was okay to share this, so I'll share it with you guys. This particular poplar, that's one that looks green, and you want it to be about 4 or 5 inches in diameter at the bottom. That's the tree that we were told to use to protect ourselves. And you drink a cup a day, and you boil it for about 10 minutes. You get the 8 little chunks of that tree from the east side. You put tobacco on your cloth out for that tree and thank it for giving up its life. And you're going to take 8 chunks from the east side of that tree. You boil it for 10 minutes. Then you take the chunks out. You put them in a baggie and throw them in your freezer again because it's good for 2 boils, says Dr. Gizik from Lacroix. No, I was kidding. Yeah, using it with that, and you give 1 cup to each member in your household in the morning or evening with whatever you decide. But as long as you have 1 cup a day for till that's gone, then you do it every so often to protect your family from that. And what happens is when you drink that, it goes throughout your whole body, and it protects your body from getting that cold and flu, because that's basically what that coronavirus is. Apparently, is what he says. Ezhinikaazowaad. The name of that spirit of the coronavirus is known as a gigum. That's like phlegm, and it's kind of interesting because a lot of those spiritual advisors we have know nothing about that kind of stuff, right? Like when it comes to medicine world, like in the Western world, or what happens, and like coronavirus has never hit here, and yet he knows that it's a thing that attacks your lungs and phlegm comes in. So they're getting messages from somewhere. Just go to the now we know winda maguiz again coming is kita na coming is again Anishinaabemowin we there's kicking in it. Meaning always chonje kenda mau is it yamani to winda magut kigo. He's like the middleman between us and the creator, so he's able to get those messages. Win the mago is that's where. But last but not least, I wanted to share another little plant here. Aweno ken the man in the end, Clarice.
Mosquito bug?
Yeah, mosquito bug. That's that Labrador tea, right? And if you look at it, it's kind of red or orange on the bottom. It kind of looks furry or something. Grows in the swamps or where there's moss. If I had a lot of time yesterday, I could have picked up a lot more medicines. But, basically, how much time we've got today. So if anybody has any questions, that mosquito bug, makes really good tea. If you don't boil it too long, it doesn't make it too strong for those that are just beginning to taste the traditional medicine. Like for me, when I boil it, I really boil it at home. Giguna wewe kagwete.
Okay, we could wait a minute, I'm sorry. Like we, I mean, that yellow birch that we sick, like so like, them little wintergreens, ween sipuk, right? Is that the
Bagun.
ween sipuk? Yeah. What is that ween see? I've been wondering. Like, what does that part of that word mean? That ween see. Like, what does that sound like?
I've never actually thought about that. I'm not a linguist by any chance. Like for me, I never learned to speak the language in that way, so I wouldn't know. I think Clarice would be the one to ask when it comes to that, like what ween
I'm not
whatever would mean.
ask, but
or maybe
he might know. I can see him smiling.
Gikakwaitama na banda ogima kunavi gawin gawin ogi scene. Like what that sounds like. I was just wondering, like, does it sound like something, like a descriptive thing? So I was like, I don't know what that sounds like. Been wondering me for a while.
Yeah, gawin going to say or they say how to break down words. I don't know how to break down words. I never learned the language in the classroom. I learned my language from being on the trap line with my grandparents and my parents. I used to, as a young boy, my father would take us out of school for a month in the spring and a month in the fall, and we go live off the wild in the trap line. So I've experienced life in a way that most people my age can't even think of, like to live off the land and to learn those hardships, I guess, and they would call them now. But to me, they weren't hardships; they were lessons in life, and taught me to value what we have. Because there's a beauty in that nobody else has, even other than a weekend camping trip. And then for work, I ended up working for natural resources for a number of years, where I ended up camping in Quetico Park from April till end of November, pretty much. And I was living out of a tent. So, opportunist and ego is mad this way. Babani bat kinango chin and upiming is it's really nice life. Opportunist and cookies is mad this way. Git Konin and you give 5 years. I was a police officer for 5 years as well, and it wasn't for me. I like being in the bush too much, so meaning my heart belongs there. Gig one agabe.
Yeah, I was wondering, did you say, like when you were talking about that poplar and boiling the chunks, did you say for a certain amount of time?
10 minutes. 10 minutes, 35.98 seconds.
All right. I'll get the stopwatch out.
Yeah. 10 minutes once it starts boiling, then you can take those little chunks out, and you can throw them in the fridge, because you could use it twice. Makes 2 pots. Like you put all 8 chunks in there, but like how those small stock pots are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you would mix one about the size of that, or a large soup pot.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to LaCroix and they were describing that, one of the ladies there, we had to laugh at her, and she was describing it. And you know the pot, the kind of pot I'm talking about. She says, "No, I need any get it." What size pot do I use? A macaroni pot, she says. Like, okay, well, how big's a macaroni pot? And then she went like that. Holy man, that's a lot of macaroni, man. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that. Macaroni pot. Macaroni for days. You get that.
Is that manzadi, or is it like a different kind of poplar?
Me manzati.
Manzadi. Birch.
How is the jack pine? The jack pine. I only know it in English.
And then or a kick on duck jack pine.
Me got.
Oh, it's maple and then oak tree. Mitigoog. Did you get that?
What was the other one you said? Maple?
Maple in Nandak.
Ninondak?
In Nandak. Mitigoog that's oak. Bakunage mag that there's a certain spruce that looks really red. I don't know what it's called in English. Bakunage mag is what they call that one. Okay, Dad's gonna be done here in about 2 minutes. Okay? We're going fishing at 2:30, so
Excited.
you know, yeah, we're going on the lake here. Yeah, so
Any other question?
Play Granny.
Wants his dad back.
yeah. He's trying to get my attention now.
I play Granny. Me, Uncle Gray. I play Granny. Last time I hid under the table and I just closed the door on Granny. Then first Granny just opened the door. Then first she found me just open the door and just close it. She just saw me just close it. And I just tried to hide under the table, like my bed table. Then first she killed me. She actually killed me.
Okay, I'll watch TV real quick. Okay, does anybody have any more questions? Gavin, you go. We can go.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we.
All right. Miigwech big.
Oh. Hopefully, Miigwech, thank you for coming in, listening. I hope this helped all of you one way or another. And thank you, Clarice and Shannon, for asking me to do this. I enjoy sharing opportunity and them getting debat in the manga pikinamaguan getting gibing big get Kevin getting the benzina and then getting a pikinamaguan. I'm just really grateful to be able to share that what little knowledge I have. And like I said earlier, I said that I don't own that stuff. That's not for me to take care of, and that's for me to share. So that culture goes around, right? And with that, I'll say Miigwech for asking me to be part of this, Clarice. Clarice, I'm getting it that Clarice. What do you call it? The Silence of the Lambs. Clarice. Okay, Bama peeking out, yeah?
Miigwech.
Miigwech, Gigawobbleman.
Miigwech Clarice again.
Mama.
I hope you're able to do more. I
Oh.
really like listening to you. Oh, but
Aho, miigwech.
We're
Okay.
gonna be announcing later. We're doing a whole month of fluent speakers on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll be announcing that later today.
A what?
Bama.
My rock and roll thing. Bama B.